Hello, I've returned. Today actually feels like fall, hence the shacket. Shacket. Anyway, this is another commentary video for the series for the playlists that I've been making. The reason we're doing this once again is because we're trying to give people their flowers while they're still here, and we will continue moving forward when they are not. So, today's playlist, this commentary is about my friend Jennifer Humphrey. Y'all thought I wasn't going to keep doing these. I'm still doing them. So, they take a long time to do for a whole host of reasons, but I know I said it probably every time, but it is what it is. So, I've known my friend Jennifer since at least maybe 2000. It's been this long. That's how I know I'm getting old. I haven't actually seen Jennifer in a long time. So I can tell the obligatory things about Jennifer being a nice person and blah, blah, blah. And she is. But that's really not what I'm going to talk about. One of the themes I guess keeps coming up in these videos the longer I keep doing them is that you get surprised the things that you hold on to and the memories you have of other people. And the thing that I think about, or the memory that I have held on to for a long time, is the last time I actually got to talk to Jennifer. And there's context to the story, but the end of the story basically goes like this. In a lot of situations where you don't expect to try to figure out who your friends are, when you don't think anybody else is looking at a situation you're involved in, whether it's a relationship or it's a dispute between friends or whatever, or anything really, where it's like a third party looking at it going, you really thought that? Huh? Okay. And that was kind of Jennifer's role as my friend in this situation, where she knew everybody involved in said drama, and she was like, look, I don't think you got this right. And other people didn't believe her, other people didn't believe me. It was what it was. But I've always appreciated the fact that Jennifer is always, and she keeps showing it, she's just great in crises. Like, she's that person that you know that when everything goes crazy and everything's kind of, like super left, she's like Johnny on the spot, like, all right, this is what we're doing, this is how we're handling it, you need to calm down, you need to shut the hell up. Like, she's always she's managing people and making sure that they're going to get through it. And that's what she does, because she's just awesome like that. None of these, I can't say none of these songs. I'd be remiss in saying that none of these songs kind of reflect that. A lot of these songs on this list just reflect for me a lot of feelings I've always had for Jennifer, and the fact that she's just a good person, and a lot of these songs kind of reflect the taste that I remember her having. I couldn't not put like any goth songs on here, because that's the context in which we kind of met. That's right, I had to move the keyboard over. This is why you see me moving like that. So I put Cry Little Sister on here from the Lost Boys soundtrack, and I actually really like that song, and I don't even think it's the best song on that soundtrack. And I still don't know how I feel about the remake, because there's a remake of Lost Boys, still lost. And there's one, I put Headless Waltz by Voltaire on here, because we both like Voltaire. And then the rest of the songs are a mix of some old school goth and then just some mainstream stuff. And then I got to put two more videos on here, because apparently there's 2 videos that are unavailable. So I gotta fix that too. So you may get 2 extra songs on here that I wasn't expecting to put on here, because 2 unavailable videos are hidden. Didn't see that coming. Damn you, YouTube. Anyway, so there's gonna have to be a couple extra songs. The other thing I will say is, about Jennifer is that there's something to be said, and I've struggled with this for a long time in a lot of different areas in my life. There's something to be said for. I'm a big proponent of cultural touchstones. That if the people you know are the same age, or at least near the same age, there's a lot of things you have in common. There's a lot of shared trauma. Like kids today will never know the real trauma of the Challenger explosion. It's just something that all my generation was, and people like maybe a little younger, like people from that era, we're all in the classroom, we're all excited, and the thing happens, and we're all like, what the hell? And I really feel like that kind of shared trauma kind of shaped our generation a little bit and kind of made, as a generation of latchkey kids and trying to do a whole bunch of DIY, like a lot of figuring it out, I think we're more empathetic for people on our same timeline. And that's what I noticed about Jennifer. Is that, because she's friends with people that like absolutely don't like me. And I've always admired that I used to try to do that. This is how, once again, I say people that a lot of my friends are better people than I am. Because a lot of my friends embody qualities that I try to get to. I know I don't get to them. But she's always good about, hey, I'm friends with so-and-so. Now, you might not be friends with so-and-so, or y'all might have beef or whatever. I'm not in your beef, but I can be friends with you separately. And I've tried that for a long time, and people love to draw that middle person into conflicts. And I've always admired the fact that Jennifer doesn't get drawn into those conflicts. That it's not that she's Switzerland. She has her own idea. That's the other thing. It's not that she's Switzerland. This is how you know you have a good friend. When you have a friend who's friends with other people you know, or your friend is friends with you and they're friends with your significant other separately, for example, and that person is able to tell each person the truth about their situation in a way that doesn't alienate their friendship with the other person and doesn't alienate their friendship with you, that's how you got a good friend. Because they're like, look, I care about both of you. One or both of you are wrong about looking at a situation. And it doesn't have to be a romantic situation. It's even just a situation of, you got two friends that have beef. And as the outside person that sees the beef, you're like, oh, well, I see why this beef is happening. I'm going to tell you what's up, but don't draw me in. I'm not picking a side. And she hadn't even been necessarily militant about picking a side. Just people know where she's at. She's like, don't draw me into your crap because I'm not picking a side. I just think that's awesome. I just think that if, and I have a few people like this where if they're your friend, they're your friend. And, they might not always understand the stuff that you do. They might not always agree with the stuff that you do. But they care about you regardless, and their relationship with you is their relationship with you. And I think we need, if everybody was more friends like that, I think there'd be a lot less drama in a lot of different contexts. So that's what I got. I gotta add these 2 more videos because I didn't know that these videos are gonna disappear. Now I gotta figure out what they were. So once I get that done, I will have this post to the end of the playlist and we'll put it out. So I just want to thank Jennifer again for being such a cool person and being my friend and just making my life better in general. So it's like the last song that's on the playlist. Just thank you. All right, we're going to do more of these. They will keep getting difficult. So still not crying on these. Not doing it. All right, thanks. Like, share, subscribe.